Going on once again. Shout out to the YouTube universe. And good morning to the YouTube universe. Now, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the defensive side of the ball and what kind of greatness lies on this side of the ball in this draft. The first guy that I took, and he stands out just because he's from our own backyard, is William Jackson III. Now it's not often that you find corners that are 6 feet 6'1" and can post a 4-3. This isn't Madden. That doesn't really happen often. So I like his skill set. I went back and I watched a lot of tape on this kid. He's really good as far as a man coverage guy. He plays zone pretty good. But the most important part of his game that I like the most is the fact that he can get up in a receiver's face and press him and do a good job. Even if he is, if it's a seam route or something like that, I I doubt he'll. Well, I'm not gonna say I doubt because anything's possible in the pros. But what basically the point I'm getting at is even if he's beaten, he has that 4-3 speed that can instantly help him recover. And that's hard to find in this draft. I mean, it's all I'm saying is guys like him, I want him. I want him on my team. Enough is enough with, I'm tired of, Rick Smith wanting to go out and get the technicians of the world, I guess the guys that have good technique but they stay getting burned. Tired of seeing that shit. It's time to go ahead and be a true GM and use your noodle. Think. It's not hard, man. You got aging players on your defensive side of the ball. How long do you expect these guys to keep playing at a high level? How many touchdowns do you have to see Jonathan Joseph give up before you finally say, "Sorry, man, this isn't working out"? No disrespect to J. Joe, man. I fully respect him and I respect his game. I've loved the time that he's been in Houston, but from a business standpoint, Rick Smith, you gotta look at this. All the Asian veterans are cap eaters, all of them, whether you like it or not. And like I said, this draft gives you the possibility to replace them. Plain and simple. Another guy on the defensive side of the ball that end up falling, and he would be a really instant plug-in type of player. Chris Jones out of Mississippi State. Now, I'm not a big Rams follower, but shout out to them moving to LA and whatnot. But one guy in particular who's on their defense that I did take notice of that Chris Jones reminds me of, but with a little bit more functional play strength. That big C66 defensive tackle they have, I think is something Marcel, something like that. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please forgive me. But yeah, he reminds me of old boy from the Rams. Explosive off the ball. He's like I said, he's 6'6", 310. By the way, if I didn't mention that, yes, he's 6'6", 310. As a defensive tackle in our system, you're talking about a guy that's gonna physically eat every play, every play. And like I said, these rookies are coming into a system where you have natural playmakers already in place. I I actually predict that guys like Clowney are gonna have a better year. I'm hoping he have a breakout year. I want to see him hit that 12 and 13 and a half sack mark. But I know for a fact that guys like Chris Jones can help him achieve that. I mean, no matter what teams want to say about Chris Jones, he's going to command a double team. If you try to block this guy one on one with a center, your center's going to get his ass kicked every time. Every time. You, that's just facts, man. I've watched enough tape on this kid to honestly go out on a limb and say that. Let's see. Who else can I cover? Oh yeah, another guy who I can cover real quick. Sean Oakman out of Baylor. Now, we've all seen what J.J. Watt is capable of. We've seen him wreak havoc all over the league. His Oakman's combine numbers are somewhat similar to Watt's. I think Watt was probably a tad bit faster, but other than that, Oakman is a guy who flies off the charts, and I'm just surprised that in every mock draft that I do, that he falls to the third, fourth round. I find that hard to fucking believe. I mean, the guy is 6'8", 289, almost 290. I mean, I I really hope this guy does make it to Houston because I would love to see what Rack can do with this kid. And like I said, these rookies are most likely gonna see one on one, with alignment or whatnot. I mean, Chris Jones will see a double team every now and then when they're trying to get a run play going. But like I say, with him being 6'6" and that 310 frame, possibly a 320, 325 frame, it's gonna be pretty hard to move that guy. And then, like I said, you've got an end like Oakman, and I haven't even gotten to the linebackers yet. You still got Whitney, Clowney, McKinney, Cushion, a possible Deion Jones. I mean, hey, the sky's the limit. I mean, since I'm on the subject on the defense, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way while I'm here. Another guy that's a linebacker that is gonna he he's gonna have a good NFL career if he lands with the right system and they actually work with him. Tyrone Holmes out of Montana. I mean, it's rare that you find linebackers. I mean, of course, guys are 6'3" and whatnot now, but most of them, yeah, most of them are 6'4", and you got some that may be 6'5" and 6'6". But one thing they most of the time they lack the frame to play the job. Montana fits that description perfectly. I mean, he checks the boxes for me. I mean, 6'4", 250. I mean, Montana is not really a big school like that, but I mean, he still churned out 12 and a half sacks. I mean, with this draft, I'm not really looking at, what school they were from. I don't give a shit about that. Production is what matters. Production is what's gonna get you drafted. Production is what's gonna get you noticed. Production is what keeps you on the field. Production is what makes you great in the National Football League. It's a production driven league. But this is I've went way over my time on this one. Like, subscribe, and peace, y'all. Swish it out.